What's good, people? It's Joshua from Joshua Chubb Photography back again with another video. And today's video I'm actually recording in the studio that I rent from time to time. Just got the great backdrop up here behind me. Was in here, of course, with my trusted X-E4, making it do what it do. And so I just wanted to drop this quick video because, as you know, Fujifilm has kind of lined out what the future is going to look like. We heard in their announcement earlier in the year that, hey, they're coming out with a 40 megapixel backside stacked illuminated sensor. And so along with that, Fujifilm has already started releasing prime lenses that will basically give you more resolution that can handle that higher megapixel sensor. And so we already got the 18mm 1.4, we got the 23mm 1.4, the 33mm 1.4. I'm pretty sure they will be releasing the 56mm 1.2 Mark II once the XH2 drops sometime in first quarter next year, hopefully. And so that kind of got me to thinking about, in the future, I do plan on, maybe getting a XH2 or maybe a XT5, something like that down the road. But I still like having my current camera, which I picked up the X-E4 again. And so I was thinking about some of the legacy glass that Fujifilm still offers. And so obviously they're going to have, to come out with new zooms and everything that's going to be needed for this higher megapixel sensor. But I was thinking about, like, what about the older glass? You know what I'm saying? Older glass needs love too. And so this got me to thinking, what are the 3 legacy Fujifilm glass or lenses that I would keep if I could only pick 3? And so I have 3 right here. So I'm just gonna go through them real quick, tell you what they are. I'll probably throw up some sample photos from each one. And the first lens is probably hated on the most out of all the other lenses in the Fujifilm lineup, but it's gonna be the 18mm f2. And man, I love this little lens for its compact size. I love that it's at f2. I was kind of bummed back when Fujifilm announced the 16mm 2.8, just because I would prefer, to be at f2 over 2.8. For how I use, this lens, it's usually for like family and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm using it in low light. So being able to have a f2 aperture over the 2.8 just saves me, a stop in ISO. But man, this lens, it's never in the way. I love that it has a square hood that comes with it, metal square hood. I wish they would include more lenses like this, but this lens has been with me to the DR. It was great. Me personally, I never shoot in the rain or super dusty conditions. So I'm not really worried that it's not weather sealed. However, if Fujifilm would make a newer version of it that was weather sealed, I would definitely buy it. Lens number 2. Y'all know this, I already told y'all, this is my favorite lens. This is the jewel of the whole system. 35mm 1.4. And so, man, I love this lens so much. Out of all the older prime lenses that Fujifilm makes, this one is the one that is closest to size and weight and price, even to all of their f2 weather resistant lenses. Man, I love this lens so much. I could never, ever sell it. Even if I get the 33mm 1.4 someday, I will always have this lens with me. This lens, I did also take it over with me to the DR. I just really love this 28 and 50 combo when it comes to full frame equivalents. Both lenses are fairly small and they both have square hoods. Like, it is just, it's so great. It's so aesthetically pleasing to me. And then the third lens, a lens that I just picked up again. I haven't had it for a while. It's been a gap in my kit, But if I could make this the third lens of this legacy glass trinity, if you will, it's definitely going to be the 56mm 1.2. Why? Because it's 1.2. Like, just look at this glass. Like, just look at it. Just behold it. Behold the glory. Man, this lens though, I'm not gonna lie, in almost every situation where space is not a factor, for portraits, I do prefer the 90mm over this lens. But there are some times when, you know, 90 is too long, and, you know, this lens fills that gap that I had between my 35mm 1.4 and 90mm. I literally had no lens that was covering this focal length. So I picked it up again because when I look back at the images that I've taken with this particular lens, man, they are just such gorgeous images. But that 1.2 can be tricky. And yes, you don't have to shoot all of your portraits at 1.2, but I would say 90% of the time I'm shooting at 1.2. Otherwise, I would buy, you know, the 16 to 55 and, you know, shoot at 2.8 or f4. Man, this lens, like I say, when I look back at the images, it's definitely high risk, high reward. So if you're not careful shooting at 1.2, you can sometimes just barely miss focus, and it's like, oh, you know, you messed up the image. But man, when you nail focus, I'm telling you, this lens, high risk, but high reward. So I'll be sure to throw up sample images from all three of these lenses, some of the favorite images that I've captured over the time that I've had these lenses. So just wanted to drop a quick video for y'all, and yeah, enjoy these sample images now. All right, y'all. Thanks for checking out the sample images. Thanks for staying to the end of the video. Thank you to all who watch. Thank you for those who like and those who subscribe. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.